Hi guys. Guess who got cracked last night? Not me. Let's talk Tell Me Lies right now. First of all, I don't know. I would love to break down each character one by one based on how they're fucked up, and also why I'm a defender of them a little bit. But I feel like there's some who cannot be defended. So I don't know if we should start from the least or should we start strong. We're starting strong. Steven. First of all, from the way his name is even written and the way it's said, it's a red flag. Because what do you mean your name is written like with a PH and it's V? Huh? My name is Phoebe, it's not Vivi. Like red flag already. So with Stefan, one, let's get into his backstory, right? Before we start bashing the fuck out of him. First of all, with Stefan, I feel like his childhood played a huge role in how he was raised and his mother, why he's like that. Because what do you mean? Like I remember the scene, my heart broke for him. Like he's talking to his mom and he's like, can I also come home? I haven't had a very good couple of days. Mom is like, no. But the mom was there raving about how the sister should stay home and it'll be good. They're bonding and stuff like that. They're getting along. And like he was literally expressing like how him and the sister kind of like she's scared of him and whatever. And then the mom is like, yeah, but now she's home, we're bonding. And so I was like, oh my god, you have a narcissistic parent. And as soon as he was like, can I come home? She's like, nope. So I kind of get the tone that it sets. It's like he never had like a happy family, and they were poor, and even the mom cutting him off, like cutting off his scholarship. That was very like kind of messed up for somebody who's like how old was he? 18 or something, 19, 20. I'm not sure, but it's messed up because like imagine being in uni and your parents cut you off. Like now what am I supposed to do? Like they're like the mom basically said, figure it out, babes. That's kind of rude. Not even kind of, very rude. And then now let's go to his actual actions. First of all, I was really glad when his little sister found that voicemail recording on his laptop because and then when the sister was like, you sound exactly like mom, that also kind of sets the tone as well, like, oh, so he literally became his mother. And I think that's why he was able to play like everybody so well, because he got it from a woman. He got it from a woman. Women will always be the blueprint. Okay, I know this is like a negative thing, but like women will always fucking be the blueprint no matter what. Like, because what do you mean? Like, even the way he was being so manipulative and so good at it and everything he was doing, like, at first you don't notice it, but then when you actually do, you're like, whoa. And the thing is, I feel like you have to be as manipulative to reach his level, okay? Like, let's say with Diane, like, you kind of have to also be kind of like a person a little bit. You have to be calculated as well to be able to see through him. But, like, not everyone is smart enough to see through it, you know? Anyway, moving on. But let's start bashing him because let's start with his relationship with Lucy, right? Every time I saw them on screen together, I wanted to scream. And the thing is, I'm not all for like bashing somebody's looks and saying somebody doesn't look good or whatever. But the thing is, for the things that Stefan was doing, he didn't look that good. And I feel like they did that shit on purpose because I saw the actor outside of the show and he looked good. And I was like, oh, maybe they did this look on him intentionally, I guess, to make him look like it could be the most mid nigga, the most mid man in the world, and he can still do shit. Like, don't underestimate him. Don't think just because like he's not pretty, he can't manipulate and hurt you. Because generally, I look at him and I'd be like, look at Lucy, and I'm like, babes, Victoria's Secret model, rat. What is going on here? And looking at his ex Diane, I'm like, you literally look like Ariana. You're so beautiful. What is going on? Say for Steven, like by psychoanalyzing him, the way he looked is the way he acted. If that makes sense. Like the way he looked in his situation. And I feel like even when Nicki Minaj was like, broke people should never laugh, it's because of situations like this. Because to be honest, you see how all his other friends who like were kind of like more well off and had money and stuff like that, you see how they weren't like evil. Let's say for example Wrigley was was the least evil person in the show. Like, at least with Evan. Let's say at least with Evan, when he cheated on Bree, that made him a little bit evil, But like, let's say Wrigley's like very golden retriever vibes, right? So it's like, and you can see his life, like he's good. Like I mean, it's not like personally whatever, but like they've got money, they're good. But Steven is the only brokey. And the thing is, he was the broke. Oh my god, this is why I feel like rich people sometimes should not let poor people in their groups. I know this is controversial, but I feel like if you are well off to a certain extent, or like even in reality, if you are uh if you are up here sometimes and somebody's down here, I feel like just find people from here. Because nine times, okay, not nine times out of ten, 1% of the time, 2% of the times you stumble upon a Stefan, and it can be hell because that brokey really made everybody's life hell. Just because his life was hell, he made everyone's life hell. Like, actually, think about it. If you deep it, really. Like, he made everyone's life hell. Why? Because he was broke. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. It's even worse when you think about it. Because they had everything and they were happy. But then this brokey came in here and tried to manipulate. Anyway, he acted how he looked. And he was an ugly human being, very manipulative. And the thing is, his manipulative tactics, I find them very interesting, and I will be using them in my future endeavors. What I did find interesting is like he makes you he makes you and crave his validation, even when you know you don't need it. Like, let's say with Lucy, but then Lucy kind of a bird. But let's say with Lucy, I feel like every woman he got with was a bird. Like, I don't know, and I feel like Lucy's group were birds too, cause she was Big Bird, like how they call Leon, like It's Always Sunny, like but she was Big, and I think it doesn't help like she's also blonde, but like Big Bird, cause now let's not get into her, she's next anyway. So like I feel like he prides on people who need constant validation, people who are very insecure, people who are, let's say, they have like a kind of save me mentality, because if you look at his track record with Diane and even with Lucy, they kind of have like I can fix it, let me help, let me, you're suffering, like I love you, let me, they're people basically raised in like, they're like in happy homes, but they're not really happy, if that makes sense. Like, they're in happy homes, but like personally they feel like they lack something. So I feel like them kind of finding somebody they can help, or like kind of share the, like, based on the ways that they can help. Because I've had a friend like this, yeah, like they are from a happy home, but they're not happy in the home because things are happening in there. So the way they're happy is if they do things for others, like if they take care of you and make sure you're good and everything. Like, they're doing what, like, because they're being taken care of, but they feel like it's coming from a place of like a person who doesn't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone can take care of you just because they have to, but like they don't generally feel anything for you, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense. I must give him props. Like, he played those hoes well. Like, I think, to be honest, if I wasn't watching the show and I was just in the movie, I mean the series, if I was actually in the series, I think I would see it coming, but I'd be like on the side of her friends. Like, I'd be more of like her friends, but then her friends are also a mess, so I don't think I want to be them. I feel like she was just like the Big Bird, and she was the one actually with the horrible sense of judgment, because most of the things that happened to her friends were more like, I didn't let this happen to me. But with Steven, it was more like, I don't know. I honestly need to study his manipulative tactic. But I swear to God, if somebody approaches me with the name Steven and it has a PH in the fucking middle, I'm out. What is that? I'm out. Like, I said his name and something dropped. Guys, there's evil in him. Oh my god, let me pray. Where's my freaking Bible? I said his name and something dropped in the bag. I'm not even joking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's talk about Lucy. Number one, I think she's a bird. Second, I think it is her fault because it is her fault. Third, she does have a certain level of trauma and she is young and he kind of did pry on her, so I also don't blame her, but there's some decisions that she makes when he's not around. Like, let's say her saying she's the one who got assaulted instead of Pippa. Like, just because she didn't want everyone calling the other girl a liar. I understand, right? I understand 100% being in support and ally. But the thing is, I feel like what she was doing to Pippa in that moment was mad disrespectful because, like, Pippa literally told you, right? Pippa told you, I don't want to talk about it. And I feel like this happens a lot with people who have experienced, like, SA or something because people want to always tell your story for you or want to spin the narrative and they say like don't talk about it, but the thing is sometimes it's like this is something that happened to me and it's something that I don't want to acknowledge that happened to me. I'd rather shelve this for the rest of my life, and that's my decision. And I feel like it's okay to accept it because yeah, death to all like rapists and everything, I understand, but I feel like you should let people tell their own story at their own time. That's what I got from this. Like, let people tell their own stories because even the extremes Pippa went, Lucy went to by saying it was her, the one who got assaulted, was insane. Like, I understand, but like, it was insane and it was giving a little attention seeking because you cannot put that type of weight on you because this actually happened to somebody else. So you just saying, yeah, because it happened to me, that was kind of low key disrespectful. It was high key disrespectful to the people who actually do get SA because now it seems like anybody can just say they got SA. You know what I mean? Then it basically like proving the narrative. But I understand what her heart was because she was generally a good person. She's just very stupid and misguided. I feel like she needed a lot of therapy. And even with the Stefan thing, I feel like that was insane. And maybe I don't know, maybe it had something to do with like the trauma of like her dad dying in her arms and the the mom was there busy cheating on the dad as he was dying and he's like call your mom and she didn't pick up and she's there having sex. That was traumatic. To be honest, to carry that as a child is high key traumatic as hell because I can't imagine having to go through that, you know? And even the scene where she wrote about it and someone said, oh, you plagiarized it, and then she had to bring her mom to confirm that that's the real story. Oh my god. And that's how the mom knew that she knew what she, that was so awkward. But you know what, you want me to flunk out of school or not? Come here and tell people how you had an affair, mom. Like, you know, yeah, like I feel like that was divine justice for real. But then I don't blame women sometimes when they cheat. Like there are multiple reasons why women cheat, and it's behind closed doors. Not everybody knows, you know. And I think also with Lucy, I would love to talk about her relationship with, was it Alex? No, Alex is like the drug one. That's the one who betrayed her actually and helped Bree post the video because it's like you can lie about anything else but this. And actually, in reality, yeah, like lie about anything else, but do not lie about SA because if people find out you were lying, what the heck, bro? That ruins. That's that's reputation tarnishing. That's life damaging, bro. Like, don't do that. Oh, the person I actually want to talk about was Leo. Leo was actually good to her. Leo was good for her. Like, this was who she was supposed to be with. Like, end game. This was her husband. Or possibly just long term boyfriend. But I think this could have been her husband. He was so nice. And he looked so good. Like, you know, if you put him with Stefan, like, he looked like shit. And he looked so good. And with Leo, I don't blame him for, like, being the shit out of Stefan and also whatever, and because the fact that Stefan kind of fucked his ex girlfriend, cheated on her with him, and the thing is, it's like I feel like it's just an ego thing. Like he just wants to fuck with everybody. Like Stefan just likes fucking with everybody because his life is miserable. Like if you look at it, his life is horrible. He has nothing going on for him. He just needs. And the thing is, I hated that at the end he became a successful fucking lawyer because oh my god, the amount of women that are going to suffer at the hands of this motherfucker. Oh my god. Actually, with Diana, I feel like the awkwardness in the beginning when she started seeing Steven and Diana was always in the room and always around anything. To be honest, that would give it's true. Like it is weird because it's like if you think about it, this girl is hovering around. But the thing is, I'm also thinking Diana knew exactly what was going on and she was making the environment very uncomfortable for her because, as proven, she's very smart. Like she's actually a very smart person. She's not a dummy. So I think maybe she did place herself in to appear in front of Lucy a couple times on purpose. Like I know some women who are like that. I'm strategic like that. Sometimes I just show up to a place because there's somebody I know is there, and I'm like, yeah, I want you to see that I saw you. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but like, but Lucy, ultimate bird. I feel like she pissed me off at the end, bro. Like when Bree literally told her, if you get in that car, if you leave with him right now, that's it. You can't come back here. It's over. We're not dealing with that anymore. And then she went outside and talks to him, and he's like, I literally blew up my whole life in there. I have nothing to lose. If I lose you, I have nothing else. And she's like, but I hate you. And got in the car, and they went to a gas station, and he left her there. Guys, after watching that scene, I'm gonna be honest because I just finished it yesterday. After watching that scene, I went and sat in the toilet for a good hour or two, just like this. Hey, hey! A good hour or two. I walked home, walked back. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, the way she burst into laughter, I feel like that's not maniac enough. I burst into maniac laughter. I lost it. Because the thing is, it's like, I felt exactly what she was feeling in that moment. It's like, I knew this nigga was going to do some shit, but he actually did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's that moment, it's like, when I know this person is going to fuck me over. But then when they do, you're still like, oh, I'm a dummy. Because I knew this. I knew. Like, I knew this was going to happen. But what did I do? I kept. Oh my god. 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 My Roman Empire is that last episode. That is my Roman Empire. And I saw her bag on the floor. Oh look! Everyone on TikTok are trying to say like, oh, trying to give her like divine justice. Like, oh, she took Diane's words because Diane had mentioned like, you have to make Steven think he left you. Like he has to think he won. You know. People are like, oh, like she actually took Diane's advice and like made him think he won. The thing is, she didn't. She's not that smart. That's the thing. People are, like, you cannot compare Diane with Lucy because Lucy's a bird. Lucy is a freaking bird because if she wanted him to make him think, like if she really wanted him to think he won, she would have done that. Like from the moment they slept together, he already thought he won, and then he came, and then she was like very rude. She wouldn't have done that. Like she would have just played it cool, like, oh, okay. And then even like with the car, I feel like if she stepped out with her purse and one coffee, I would have been like, okay, yeah, he did win. Her coming out with two coffees and leaving her purse is proof that this girl still thought. Sorry, guys. This show is just like I'm trying to watch other things to forget this crap. Like, I swear to God, if I get a friend like Lucy, I've had friends who are birds, but Lucy, you win, babes. If I got a friend like her, I would have cut her off immediately. Like, immediately. Like, see how I'm taking so long to talk about her? Because fuck this bitch, bro. Like, she pissed me off so many times. There are moments when she got in that car, I remember I was like, I had to pause and, like, remember this is just a show. This is just a show. This is just. Because I was like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Let's go to Bree. Brie is really hot. I can say that she's a baddie. I feel like she's the prettiest one of all of them. I feel like Lucy gives more supermodel vibes. Bree's more like cutie but sexy, like sexy, like sexy but like cutie but like dark feminine energy, sexy with like the dimples, and she's really pretty. So with Bree, I'm trying to find something negative to say about her because she was very traumatized, I think, from her childhood and everything. The only thing that before I used to think was weird was about like the affair that she had with the teacher. But then after watching like more and getting into her story, it appears that like she was actually just being manipulated because I saw even the way, and the thing is it's like he was like a consistent predator, and he doesn't just pry on one, he pries on like a lot of freshmen, like it's not like his first or last time, and he knows exactly how to pick them and how to choose them, and like he finds the pathetic people who look broken, and he talks life into you, basically like you're amazing, you're doing great, wow, you should do this. He kind of like encourages you and everything, and then later when shit goes south, when he revealed that his wife knew about everything that's going on, and they have an open marriage, and like they know about each other and things they're doing. Actually, when the wife came, was started wore the earrings, and then the wife came in and like, oh, sorry, I'll be out of your hair. But the thing is, I feel like the wife was also hurting because in reality, when you think about it, when you actually deep it, if he's having an affair and stuff like that, she wouldn't even go in. Like they would have a better timetable and schedule, or maybe they just didn't care about each other like that. I feel like maybe some marriages are like lavender. You might think like, oh, how can you let your husband do this? But some marriages are lavender, and I talked about this with my friend, like these married people do be telling each other everything. Like you might be getting into it with like somebody married, thinking like, oh my god, like for the thrill of like, oh my god, he's married, he's with his wife and whatever. That's hot to me, whatever. But the wife doesn't even know, what a dummy. But in reality, this show proved to me like sometimes the wife does know, and she's his biggest supporter and biggest like she's actually behind him a little bit. So I do think it is kind of like an eye opener a little bit. Like some people in these relationships do be knowing everything, so like you should be careful. Like they might just be selling you the fantasy of like hooking up with like a married person, but in reality, their partner actually knows what's going on. And first of all, Brie and Evan, I think that relationship was only working because he liked her more, and I feel like that's my type because I feel like even in relationships, a guy should like the girl more. I mean, you should like somebody too, but one person has to like the other person more, and the one who likes the other person more is usually fucked or isn't fucked based on who they like. Like relationship with Wrigley though, I feel like that's end game to me. Because even the way it ended at the end when they were smiling at each other, I thought that was the sweetest thing in the world. That was so sweet, like him getting yelled at by Evan and like looking at her and she's looking at him and she's just like, I think she was probably like, finally, like we can be together now. Like fuck everybody here. It's just us. And I feel like that'd be such a great couple because I noticed even from the moment like when he was sad like grieving, and they were all on Molly and stuff, and then they went and sat and talked to each other, and he felt good. And even when she was talking to him about things and she went with him to even to meet the mom, like those are big things. Those are not like small steps people make. Like those are huge steps. Like if I am involving you in my life to a point where it's like if I cut you out, I will genuinely feel the ache. Oh my god. I feel like with Lucy, her releasing the tape was kind of fucked up, but I get how she felt in that moment because, like, what do you mean you slept with my boyfriend and you didn't even have the guts to tell me? And I find out from a photo, and I come to your room and find a tape of you saying you got assaulted and I was feeling sorry for you, and it turns out it was a lie. And already, if you remember, I have bad blood with you. Like I don't really fuck with you like that. So it's more like now when you think about it even more, it's like fuck this bitch. Like nah. let her get everything coming to her. But then later, when Brie found out, like, she was doing it for Pippa and everything, and then started feeling bad, I feel like she shouldn't feel bad. And I feel like she did feel bad because she found out it was for somebody, but I don't think she felt that bad. Nah, bitch, fuck you. I feel like when they go low, go lower. I would do the same. And also her relationship with Pippa, I feel like even in the beginning when she wanted to talk about the affair, and all her friends were kind of busy, so she couldn't until she actually did something. I feel like that kind of shows like sometimes just tell the person, don't overthink it. I feel like if there's a decision you want to make, actually no, listen to your friends and actually make time for each other because I feel like they were friends when it was convenient sometimes, but I don't think they were friends. That whole friend group, I don't really think they were really friends. I think they were just around for convenience. The real friends I think is Wrigley and Pippa. One, even though she did cheat and whatever, but like I think they were actually friends. And like the rest, I'm like, oh, her mom. Let's talk about her mom. I forgot about her mom. Oh my god, how dare I? Her mom, yeah, she needs to keep that bitch cut off because even when she went to meet her and was like, oh, recovering alcoholic, and then when Evan pointed out, like, did you say she's a recovering alcoholic? Why are you having mimosas? That kind of shows how much Evan pays attention, though. That was like a good quality. But the thing is, I feel like with Wrigley, with Evan, there's so much logic and whatever, but with Wrigley, he's more like, you know what, it's your mom. Like, yeah, she might be or whatever, but I see how excited you are about this, so I won't like shit on it. I feel like Rigby is also as positive, has a positive outlook on life compared to Evan. Evan is more logical, but that's not what like Bree needs. Like, she doesn't need somebody who's logical. She needs somebody to kind of validate her feelings sometimes and stuff. And I feel like Evan won't validate that because he's thinking strategically. I mean, he's in finance, right? He's in finance. So he thinks strategically. He thinks like even the way he thinks. So with the mom coming there and being like, oh, I'm embarrassing you and getting drunk, that's really embarrassing. I feel like some parents just live to embarrass their kids and like do better. Oh my god. Like, ew. Like, oh my god. I feel like I would be embarrassed too. Let's move on to Pippa. With Pippa, the arc of her turning out to be gay kind of makes sense to me because I don't know. She always, I mean, when she made out with that first girl, it kind of made sense. Even her energy and the way she used to rotate around her and want to be around her a lot. Like, she'd find ways to like insert herself with her and talk to her. And I was like, why are you even doing that? There's like wanting to be friends with somebody, but there's like constantly like, I was looking at her like, girl, and even when she made out with her and the girl was like, after later, the girl's like, nah, I think you should figure yourself out first. And, like, you have a lot of shit to like figure out first. And I feel like that's real talk because, to be honest, don't bring your unhealed energy over here. Like, I think for Pippa, maybe she was bringing the toxicity from being with like a man. Because even with Wrigley, when she said that she had never had an orgasm, that was insane because she and him hunched a lot. So I was like, wow. So you're just doing it for vibes? Oh my god, can we go back to Brie? I forgot one thing. When that guy, when the guy who played, was it Tim? Tim? Yeah, Tim told her that you tricked me taking your virginity. And the worst part is, I see some people do this. I can see people do this to a girl. I can, moving the fuck on. With Pippa, apart from everything, I feel like her faking the orgasms was crazy. That was very insane. I felt really bad for her because she represented assault, and that was really fucked up. And when she got assaulted, and I feel like even the way she handled the assault is kind of how a lot of victims prefer to handle it nowadays. If you think about it, or a lot of assault victims handle it because they're kind of like, I don't want that to define who I am. But it kind of does a little bit to some extent. But then when you heal from it, it's basically like, this is just something that happened to me. It has nothing to do with me. If you like separate the thoughts, and I feel like that's what she was trying to do. And even her getting with Diane, I felt like that was really cute. I felt like that was the sweetest thing because Diane deserved it, bruh. Oh my god, after surviving fucking Steven, she deserved someone sweet. And Pippa was really sweet. She was very caring. She was really nice. Like, even when she was like, I'm really happy, it's really good, whatever, I feel like they both deserve it because they're both made unhappy. Like, oh my god, they just came from clutches of narcissistic men, and they're like finally meeting each other. And like Diane is such a loyal person because even if you remember, Steven's the one who cheated on her. Forgot to point out Steven being the murderer for Macy. The fact that Steven casually let her die in that car and then let Wrigley's little brother take the fall and just watched while he was there, moved her to the other seat, and she literally was like, I'm kind of drunk, we shouldn't do it. And he thought he knew better and led her to die. That is literally an example of like, if you let the wrong man lead you, you will end up dead. Because look at Macy, and then he will leave you in the front seat and push on with his life, and now he's successful. Kind of liked her. I didn't. The only thing I didn't like that she did was guilt tripping. When she guilt tripped Wrigley at the point when they broke up, and even the sadness she felt when she slept with Wrigley was more about Diane breaking up with her. She wasn't even sad about the Wrigley breakup. She was just sad about like Diane breakup. I think she was more sad about that because she was possibly thinking like now I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have a girlfriend, now I'm actually alone and I can't tell anybody about her because we don't tell people. Like, you know what I mean? How Stefan terrorized her. The fact that he told Lucy, that bird, and she went and sent that note. Oh my god, this bitch was pissing me off. She sent that note, and then everyone thought it was Pippa, and she just looked Pippa in the eyes and said nothing. And until this day, Pippa does not know that. How can you? I remember even when Pippa was like, I don't know how people can just lie and sit in it. She's a good person, and that's why she deserves to be Diane because they were both very honest with each other. They no one in that circle deserved them, to be honest. Because if you think about it, she lied about that, and it didn't get revealed until the end. Nobody knows about that except Stefan. And then she let her friend take the fall for it, and then she got bullied by the whole school and the football team because everyone is saying she was a snitch. And mind you, Wrigley's younger brother blaming them and blaming Wrigley, and it's like, oh, I didn't think you took it serious. I thought, nigga, you witnessed somebody dying and didn't report it, and now you're mad at me. Let's go to Diana because I feel like I've already entered. Diana, Steven, right? She's so smart. I feel like I love her the most because she's very smart. She only allowed Steven to manipulate her. She's the one who actually broke up with him. Yeah, she was hooking up with him once in a while, but I think she probably was like, "This is the best I can." Like like I said, she had the savior complex, savior mentality. Like so probably looked at him and thought, he needs a lot of help. There are things I can do for him, so he'll be by my side always and whatever. Like, I can help him succeed because he needs me. I think also when I look at the dynamic with her family, with her dad, it's like the mom is the one who was dependent on the mom. I mean, the mom was dependent on the dad a lot. Sorry, and so probably she was trying to find somebody who she can control and like be in control of rather than being the helpless one. She wanted somebody who depended on her. And makes sense. Steven was depending on her when it came to like getting jobs and opportunities. Like he needed her for those things. And for studying sometimes or whatever. So yeah, it made sense. I loved her character. I love that they transitioned her into being like a gay person, gay representation. I love that she represented abortions and how I love that she stood by it. She was like, I'm not having this baby. And even when she was like, removing this would be the greatest thing ever in my life. Like, whoa. I loved her for that. Like even when she said that, like, with Steven, you have to let him think that he won. That's a queen right there. I think she clocked him ages ago because her family is like, I probably almost the same dynamic, power plays and whatever in place. And she was probably like, I'll never be my mother. And even I remember in the time when he told her like, maybe the reason why your dad, when she lied to him that I failed my exams and my dad doesn't want to talk to me or whatever, which was like a test, I feel. And then he was like, maybe your dad is doing that because you're acting like your mother right now. After hearing that the mom was pathetic and whatever, and he was like, oh, you'll never be her or whatever, you're not her. And then now it's like, because you're acting like her. Babes, what she did was justified. Justified. And I also love the way they exited the party after everything was going to shit. The way they left the reception, yeah, like she's like, "Girl, let's go," and she was like, "Pippa, let's get out of here. Like we're done with these people. Let's go start our life together." And I'm so glad. I forgot to talk about Lucy getting expelled. She got expelled, and I feel like that was the best thing that happened to her because she needed some perspective. But then her getting in that car and fucking Steven still, oh my god, I get so angry when there are mid guys out there who literally go through the same thing. They experience this with other women. Like other women just let things slide with them. Let's talk about Lydia. Lydia is a bird. And like I said, as you see, all these women here are birds except for Pippa and Diana. They're the only ones who didn't unbirded themselves. And Brie actually, they unbirded themselves, right? And that's why they can't fuck with Lucy no more. But but I think for Lydia, who was actually Lucy's best friend, you know they say birds of a feather. Like I feel like that makes sense. If that's why they're best friends because the fact that Lydia hooked up with Steven, and even at the end when Steven was like, the only reason we hooked up was to piss off Lucy, but it's not working, so this doesn't serve. And Lydia being like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like her being mad like about it, and even when Steven was telling her stuff that Lucy said about her, and the first thing she did was believe it. That was insane though, because if you're telling me like I'm your best friend, some guy I'm telling you is my toxic ex, he's a piece of shit, he's traumatized me. You go tell him off, and then suddenly you decide like, you know what? He tells you shit about me, and then suddenly you decide like, you know what? He's right. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck our friendship. Like the man that you were telling me is narcissistic and is trying to ruin my life and he's horrible and harming my mental health. Yeah, he's the one. Rest in peace, my brother. She got hit by a bazooka. Every time I hit the hookah, kaboom, kablam. Let's talk Wrigley. With Wrigley, I feel like first of all, his brother ignoring him, that was dumb as fuck because I was mad for him when the brother was ignoring him because that was really mean. Like you kind of did it, but then they were young and immature, and I get it. You know, like if my little sibling feels like I betrayed them and I'm not taking things seriously, they'll probably be mad. But like putting all that on him was kind of fucked up. I feel like him thinking Pippa snitched was wrong, but also I do get why he thinks that because it's like who else? But also the thing is nobody was like I think him, Evan, and Stefan had such a tight knit relationship where it's like if this information came out, one of you guys told somebody, and if you did tell somebody, they're the one who snitched, and then he confessed to telling Pippa, so now Pippa took the blame, while Steven was smarter and was like, I ain't tell nobody. While meanwhile, it was his stupid bird bitch Lucy who went and sent that note. Like, stupid. I feel like him and Brie connecting made so much sense because I feel like Brie has been through a lot. She has been through a lot. She's been through the system, knows real ugly and everything. So I feel like even when he lost his brother and the brother died because of him, when he gave him the pills and he died, ended up passing and whatever, he wasn't supposed to take them. And he kind of blamed himself for that and whatever. I think he was able to connect more with Brie because she has seen some real darkness. She has done things that she regrets and whatever. So she can actually see him, like they can see each other, like I see you, you know? That's why he was even able to like laugh and stuff like that. Like, you know? They also use him to kind of show like, even if somebody's in the football team and they're like a stereotype, doesn't mean they're a piece of shit. Because he wasn't a piece of shit at all. He was actually a good person. And even when he was talking about when Diana was supposed to go get an abortion and Steven was entitled and shit on the table, like, no, it's mine. She should talk to me. We should have the. And he was like, don't you think it's her decision? Don't you think it's about her? Like, this has nothing to do with you. Like looking at him weird for being so entitled. Because that was weird to me too. Like, why are you getting entitled? Like, bro, it's her body. She can decide what she wants to do. She's the one who has to raise the baby. Like, I feel like he just wanted to be able to he just wanted to be a part of her life and feel like he's in control of the situation. Like, he didn't even want her to have a choice. Okay, let's talk about Evan. With Evan, I feel like he's a truly nice guy. The thing with Lucy, I really do think it was a mistake. But he probably did find her hard to some extent. But then Lucy was very self-destructive and ruining everything in her path. But I don't want to blame one person. But even as you saw, Evan didn't have like a cheating bone in his body. Like if he was in love with somebody, it was so clear. Like unless you're the kind of the one to push it, I guess from what I saw. About Steven being mad about Lucy and Evans doing that, and him trying to give Lucy chances to like confess and say the truth. Like I feel like he got mad more because he's like, wow, I thought I had this bitch here, the palm of my hand. She did something I never thought she could do to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like she acted unpredictably, and she can actually keep things to herself. Like I feel like he wants you to need him. He wants you to be so dependent on him. His opinion matters to you. Like he's all you have. Because there's a scene I remember when they were in the club, and they were all on like Molly, I think, and then the friends, like she was more dancing with Bree was coming to her and like dancing with her and whatever, and he didn't even take his Molly, so he wasn't feeling what he was supposed to feel. But it started from the beginning of the night, pulling her away and stuff, and even when they were dancing, like trying to pull her away from the friends, like he wanted to control like the narrative, like she's mine, like kind of asserting dominance. That was weird. Like that was weird. Like he wants you to be your everything basically. So I think when she did that was kind of like a, because he felt like he lost power. So he's like, I need to regain. So he was like, I need to regain back some power. Yeah, it's all a power play with him, to be honest, because it's like, you fucking my best friend is embarrassing me, and he has the upper hand on me. So I have to ruin your life. Like I have to do something to hurt you. Because even when he was like, I need to hurt you. Like I need to hurt you. What? What? Like I need to hurt you is crazy. Like why would you want to hurt somebody you love? Alex, he was really hot. I feel like Lucy taking out her pathetic kink on him and being the most pathetic person or being controlled and doing stuff. I think it could have kept them together maybe, but it was weird because I think if she started relying on the drugs, I feel like that's how a man ends up with like his whore, like a pimp in a whore situation vibes. Lucy has lived so many lives. Like for all this whole series, I feel like even me talking about this for like almost an hour isn't enough. Like it doesn't cover the magnitude of the show. Thank you for watching if you've gotten this far. If you want me to do more reviews of movies, tell me what to watch. I will watch it. Yeah, if there are any things like that you'd like me to watch, recommend. And I'm gonna go now and watch something else because I think like I de-traumatized myself by talking about the show because I kind of forgot a lot of things. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.